My dear child. You've tried to be strong for so long. Behind the smile, behind the effort to hold everything together, there are quiet tears, regrets, questions you don't dare voice aloud. But I see them all. I see everything that stirs within your heart, even the places you think no one could ever understand. The places you've hidden away. The pain you carry alone. The doubts you're ashamed to admit. Nothing is hidden from me. Not your silent heartbreak. Not your weariness. Not your cries in the dark. I am your loving Father, not a distant observer, but the one who shaped your soul with intention and watches over you with unwavering compassion. I've never turned away. Not for a second. You've longed for a message that breaks through the noise, something real that touches your spirit and lifts the weight you carry. This is that message. These are not just comforting words, this is my spirit reaching for yours, declaring my everlasting devotion. I know there are moments when you wonder if you're still in my plan. If your failures disqualified you. If I still want to use someone like you. The answer, my beloved, is yes. I've written your name on my heart. And nothing, not fear, not failure, not the voice that tells you you're too broken, can erase that. Let that truth settle in your soul. You are not abandoned. You are not disqualified. You are still chosen. In the silence, I have been speaking. In the waiting, I have been working. My love has never left you. This is your moment to breathe again, not just physically, but spiritually. To rest your heart in my presence and know that I will never walk away. Even now, as you read this, I am speaking directly to your soul, gently reminding you, you matter to me. I am with you. And I am not done with your story. Let these words be your anchor. And tomorrow, we'll go deeper. You don't need to pretend with me. I know the thoughts that race through your mind as soon as the day begins. I see how quickly your heart is pulled in different directions, worries about what might happen, fears about what already has. And yet, my child, I am not disappointed in you. I'm not here to scold you for being overwhelmed. I'm here to lift you, gently, purposefully, into peace. You were never meant to carry it all on your own. Before the sun rises, my love already surrounds you. I wait for your first breath, your first thought, longing to be part of it. Not out of duty, but because I truly cherish you. Every morning is a gift, a new beginning. And your first act, before the rush of life begins, can be this: gratitude. Thank me, not because everything is perfect, but because I am present. Thank me for your family, even in their imperfections. Thank me for the breath in your lungs. Thank me for the chance to heal, to rebuild, to grow. When your mind starts to drift toward doubt or discouragement, return to this truth: I have been merciful. Even in the moments when you thought you had gone too far. Even in the seasons when shame tried to chain you. I withheld my judgment because my love runs deeper than your mistakes. I don't measure you by your lowest moments. Instead, I see you through the lens of redemption. I remember who you're becoming, not just who you've been. The world may label, criticize, or define you by your faults, but I never will. My love does not fluctuate. My favor is not conditional. You are my beloved, and my grace is still enough for you. I know the choices you regret. I know the words you wish you could take back, the things you wish you had done differently. But hear me, you are not beyond restoration. My hands are skilled in healing. I rebuild broken things into beauty every day, and your life is no exception. Walk with me, one step at a time. My commandments are not chains to bind you, they are guardrails to protect your soul. They are not restrictions meant to steal your freedom, they are wisdom meant to keep your heart safe from harm. You may not fully see it now, but they lead to joy, wholeness, and clarity. So do not believe the lie that says, you've failed too many times. I'm not keeping a list of your wrongs. I'm opening a new chapter, one where freedom becomes your daily breath, and grace lights your path forward. Let me steady your heart. Let me teach you how to breathe again, not with fear, but with hope. Because this is only the beginning of what I'm doing in you. Now that your heart is beginning to rest again, I want to remind you of something sacred. You were created for more. More than just surviving. More than carrying burdens in silence. More than merely hoping for peace. I shaped you with vision. I formed you with care. And even now, I am calling you towards something deeper, not just healing, but purpose. You've asked questions like, why me? What now? What's next? Let me speak to that. I know the path ahead feels unclear. I know you've been waiting, for a sign, for clarity, for the kind of breakthrough that makes all the struggle worth it. And yes, I've seen your patience. Even when it felt like no one else noticed. Even when you felt passed over. But what you see as delay, I've used as preparation. I've been strengthening your roots so your fruit can last. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right where you need to be, in the hands of the one who holds time itself. The world may celebrate speed and spotlight, but I honor obedience and surrender. While others may chase applause, I am shaping in you a deeper legacy, one built not on noise, but on love. Not on fame, but on faithfulness. You don't need to compare your journey to anyone else's. You were never meant to mimic them. You were designed for a unique mission only you can fulfill. And no, you haven't missed it. Even the choices you regret, the detours you didn't expect, I'm weaving all of it into something meaningful. The gifts I placed within you have not expired. The dreams I whispered into your heart are still alive. I haven't forgotten what I started in you. You're still in my plan. And just like gold refined in fire, your trials are not for nothing. I see how the pain has matured you. How loss has made you more compassionate. How waiting has softened your heart and deepened your wisdom. These are not wasted seasons, they are sacred ground where miracles begin to bloom. Lift your head, child. I know the past has left bruises, and some wounds may still ache, but healing is happening. Slowly. Quietly. Surely. And as you continue walking with me, your pain will no longer define you. It will become the platform from which I shine. Others need what you carry. They need your story. Your voice. Your light. So step forward, not with pressure to perform, but with a heart anchored in truth. I am with you. I go before you. And I have made a way. Let your soul rise with confidence. There is more to come, and the best is not behind you. Now that your heart is remembering its worth and your spirit is awakening to purpose, let me tell you something you may have forgotten. You were created to overcome. The battles you've faced haven't been random. Every struggle, every opposition, every unexpected delay, I've used them to prepare you for something greater. Not because I take pleasure in your pain, but because I see the strength I placed within you rising to the surface. Yes, you've cried. Yes, you've questioned. Yes, you've even considered giving up. But you didn't. And that, my child, is victory. Quiet, steady, enduring victory. The world may not recognize the strength it takes just to stand some days. But I do. And I celebrate every step you've taken in faith. Even when your hands trembled. Even when your heart felt heavy. Even when all you could manage was a whispered prayer. You're still here. And that means your purpose is still alive. You have not been forgotten. You have not been forsaken. And this is not the end of your story. This is your turning point, the moment where fear no longer makes the rules and shame no longer holds the pen. I am rewriting your narrative with grace, with joy, with destiny. But hear this clearly, I am not calling you to walk alone. I am the one who goes before you and walks beside you. I'm the one who covers you from behind and surrounds you with angelic strength. You do not have to figure everything out. You don't need to feel ready. You only need to be willing. Willing to trust when the outcome is unclear. Willing to speak life when everything around you feels empty. Willing to step forward, not because you feel brave, but because you know I'm with you. So stand up, even if your legs are still shaky. Speak, even if your voice trembles. Move, even if you're not sure what happens next. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to be present, to show up with your whole heart, knowing that I'll supply the rest. When the enemy whispers that you're not enough, remember, I am your sufficiency. When you feel like you're too weak to fight, remember, my strength is made perfect in your weakness. When you're tired of waiting, remember, the harvest takes time, but it always comes. Your faith, your tears, your perseverance, none of it has gone unnoticed. You are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, and heaven rejoices over every step you take in obedience. So press forward, child of promise. You've been through fire, but you're not burned. You've walked through storms, but you're still standing. You've been tested, but now you're ready. Ready to rise. Ready to shine. Ready to conquer, not by your might, but by my spirit. And this is just the beginning of the victory I'm unfolding in your life. You've taken courageous steps. You've walked through trials, stood through storms, and dared to hope again. Now I want you to rest. Not because the journey is over, but because I want your soul to breathe. I want your heart to settle in my presence, and remember, strength isn't only found in motion. It's found in communion. It's found in stillness. I am not asking you to outrun your burdens or outperform your past. I'm inviting you to sit beside me, to slow down, to exhale, to simply be. There is peace available to you that no storm can shake. Not a temporary calm, but a lasting stillness that reaches deep beneath the surface. A sacred quiet that exists even when the world around you feels loud. This peace doesn't come from your circumstances changing, it comes from knowing I am with you in the middle of it all. Come away with me for a while. Not out of obligation, but out of longing. Let the worries of tomorrow wait. Let the noise of the world fade into the background. Make space for me, not just in crisis, but in the ordinary rhythms of your day. I want to meet you in the quiet. In those unnoticed minutes between tasks. In the hush before you fall asleep. In the first breath of a new morning. You don't need perfect prayers or polished words. Just bring your heart. That's all I ever wanted. I see how much you carry. The responsibilities, the concerns, the quiet ache to do what's right. But child, you were never meant to carry all of it alone. That's why I whisper even now, lay it down. Not because it doesn't matter, but because I care for it even more than you do. Let me hold what's heavy. Let me guide what feels uncertain. When you feel lost in the waiting, know this, waiting with me is never wasted time. It's in those slow moments that I'm doing my deepest work. Preparing the soil of your heart. Strengthening what's been weary. Rebuilding what's been broken. I'm teaching you to trust, not just in what I do, but in who I am. I am not just the God of miracles. I am the God of mornings. The God of Monday afternoons. The God of traffic jams and quiet tears and little victories. I am here, not just in the breakthrough, but in the process. And when fear begins to whisper again, when your mind tries to race back to old patterns of worry, come sit with me. Let my voice be louder than the doubt. Let my love settle your thoughts and silence your inner storms. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to do it all. Just come close. Come as you are. Be still. And let me remind you, in every quiet moment, that I am God, and you are still mine. Now that you've quieted your soul and let my peace settle in, hear this, not as a distant dream, but as a present reality. Something new is unfolding in your life. It's not a vague hope or wishful thinking. It's a divine promise, spoken from my heart to yours. You may not see every detail yet, but trust that the shift has already begun. Even now, beneath the surface, I'm stirring the soil where new life is about to break through. The chapter ahead is not a continuation of pain, it's a story of renewal. There are doors opening that you didn't even knock on. Opportunities forming from places you once called barren. Connections being aligned that you never expected. And no, it's not too late. Your age, your past, your delays, none of these disqualify what I've destined. In fact, the very things you thought disqualified you are the same areas I will use to reveal my glory. The cracks in your story will be where my light shines brightest. I am a restorer, not just a redeemer. I rebuild what's been torn down. I make rivers run in the desert. I bring joy out of mourning. Lift your eyes from the shadows of yesterday and look to the horizon I've placed before you. It glows with the radiance of promise, not the kind you must earn, but the kind I delight in fulfilling. This isn't about striving harder. It's about staying close to me and watching what I can do when faith leads the way. The time is coming, and it's closer than you think, when you'll look back on these days not with regret, but with awe. Because you'll see how I was moving even in the silence. How I was shaping every detour. How I was preparing something so much greater than what you had in mind. Don't let fear pull you backward. This is your moment to move forward, not in haste, but in confidence. With every step, I'll provide the grace. With every decision, I'll offer wisdom. When you're unsure, I'll confirm. When you're tired, I'll renew. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. And you are not finished. I've placed within you a bold, resilient spirit, one that will rise again and again until the fullness of my promise becomes reality. Let your faith speak louder than your fear. Let hope hold your hand as you walk into the unknown. You're not stepping into it blindly. You're stepping into it with me. So walk with expectation. Expect beauty. Expect peace. Expect answers. Expect me to do what I said I would do. This is not the end, it's the unveiling of something sacred. A new beginning. A fresh outpouring. A season marked by victory, not survival. So go forward, not alone, but hand in hand with me. Your Father. Your Shepherd. Your Defender. Your greatest joy. The sun is rising, and it carries your name. And I, the one who formed you, will walk with you into the light of everything I've prepared.